So this is a review for the Marvel's Avengers Winter Soldier DLC update, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to start off this review. I've completed the entire mission chain. I'm going to start this one off by asking if any of you played Saints Row and thought the skills got boring. Because the main/base takedown for Winter Soldier is Saints Row's Pineapple Express. Yeah, that's how we're going to start this review off. So I don't think they had basically any marketing whatsoever, because Winter Soldier actually released for Avengers on November 29th, and even IGN have only just uploaded their video with gameplay, and if it wasn't for IGN, I wouldn't have even known that Winter Soldier was released. And do not ask what come over me for me to sit there and play through the entire mission chain. But I honestly think they've run out of money, because we had some full-on stories in the past. Yeah, we don't get that anymore. We just get a mission chain. But let's go through this. The first two missions of the mission chain for Winter Soldier, you have to go into Black Widow's room. And what you have to do in Black Widow's room is interact with her music box. It's going to give you a little cutscene, because, you know, they've created multiple cutscenes but nothing else. And I believe there's triple XP actually happening at the moment, because when I first interacted with this music box, I went from level 1 to level 8. Then the second time I went from level 8 to level 11, so before I had even played anything on the game, I interacted with a little music box in a bedroom and went up from level 1 to level 11. Because, you know, that's fun nowadays. Then what they do is they chuck you into random missions, just literally play whatever mission you want, because your next objective, step number 3, is to destroy 30 riot bots. Then guess what? You go back into Black Widow's room, you listen to her music box again, or you interact with it. And at that point, it took me from level 25 to level 28. Then guess what? From 30 riot bots and interacting with the music box, you have to then go and destroy 30 drones. Then after, yeah, you probably guessed it, you have to go and interact with Black Widow's music box. Then what the game tells you at that point is to grind your way up to power level 80, but they want you to grind your power level so that you can do a hive. All you've got to do is switch character to a character that's a high enough power level, you can go through it with them, and it completes that part of the mission chain. I went through and I did the Tundra Hive with the Incredible Hulk, because I've got him at power 150 from when the game first come out. So I went in, I did the hive, I completed all 6 floors, I went back to the mission chain to have a look, and it had completed that step. But after the hive, guess what? You go back to the music box. That's right, but not once, not even twice, but 3 fucking times. And that ends the mission chain. That's everything they thought of to put in this game for Winter Soldier. Barely any marketing. There's there's basically no increase in players for the release of this DLC. They've got around 550 concurrent players in a 24-hour window on Steam. And yeah, console might have it free, might have sales, whatever. But on Steam, there is not even 600 people playing in a 24-hour window. So let's recap on that mission chain. Don't worry, I'm not going to do your head in. I mean, this might actually hurt your head a little bit. But this is how all the steps go. And altogether there are 10 of them. So it goes music box, 30 riot bots, music box, 30 drones, music box, hive, music box, music box, music box. And that's the whole fucking mission chain. That's the entire thing from start to finish. You actually spend more time in cutscenes interacting with this music box than what you do using any gameplay, doing any gameplay, doing anything in the fucking game. Throughout the whole thing, you have 7 objectives that are the music box. You have 30 riot bots, 30 drones, and a hive. And the hive, you don't even need to use Winter Soldier. In fact, I don't even think you need to use Winter Soldier for the riot bots or the drones. I don't know if you have to have him as a companion. I did put him on as a companion to run the hive. But I don't even know if you have to do that. It might just be whilst you've got it activated. I don't know. But this is such a fucking shit DLC. And you know why they've done the music box? Because they did the same thing for Jane Foster. Or the Mighty Thor. The reason they've done this is because they don't actually know how to put a story together. Or they don't have the correct funding. They have literally forced cutscenes down your throat by interacting with a music box. And that's their way of saying, look, we've put some story in there with the character, watch these cutscenes. But they are actually steps in the mission chain, which is the really bad thing. And then guess what happens with this mission chain? You can't track anything until you get to the hive, and you don't need to track the hive because it's on the fucking war table. When you are on step 3, 5, and that's it because there's no gameplay content to this, yeah, when you're on those steps and you're destroying bots and drones, you have no idea how much progress you are making. I mean, there is a little pop-up on the left-hand side, but that's just your challenge pop-ups. So sometimes you're going to see something out of 30, and it might be the wrong thing. There's nothing specific, no way to track it. So you don't know necessarily, like, you have to look out for the specific challenges. There's no, like, easy way to figure out how much progress you've made. I just kept going back into the objectives tab because it was the fucking easiest thing to do. And as I said, you can't track anything in this until you get to the hive, and it's pointless. You don't need to track a hive. I mean, it's nice that you can track the floors in it, but yeah, you don't need to track it to access it on the war table. And if any of you are playing this, I mean, there's probably only a couple of hundred people that are actually going to sit there and play this, or play through the whole thing at least. But yeah, if you are playing this, and you go to the war table, you can't see the Tundra Hive popping up, it's because you're not power level 80. It only pops up when you reach the correct power level. But yeah, the mission chain's the same as the Mighty Thors or Jane Foster's, at least for the first part. Because the first part of Jane's is going into Thor's room and interacting with his hammer. But the thing is, with Jane Foster's, you don't get any XP. Whereas Winter Soldier, in the first 2 steps of the mission chain, which took about a minute to do, 30 seconds, something like that, he got a 10 level increase. But not only that, as well as the shit fucking release of this DLC, I managed to break the game to the point where I couldn't use my ranged attack or my gun for the entire mission. And Winter Soldier would just T-pose and the animations and stuff would freeze when I tried aiming, so I literally could not use the gun. And this happened 2 missions in a row, the entire mission, unable to use my gun and stuff. I'm just lucky that there were some missions after the 2 in a row where I was able to use my gun. So part of the character is broken, his gun will just stop working sometimes, and you'll just walk around T-posing. And then I even had it at some point where the game decided to start freezing itself. Nothing to do with animations, the entire game just started lagging. And then to finish this one off, because I was just going to cut this out of the video, it's not actually part of the DLC. It's about the game in general, but I put a little bit of time into this. I had to sit there and do some maths, so I thought I'd just add it in. I sat there and I went through every character individually and I had a look at how many skins they have available, because there was a time where every skin in the game would have cost you $2,600 or around that. Now it is a lot cheaper, but they have removed a lot of skins from the game, probably to save themselves from quite a lot of backlash. And for those that are going to say, yeah, but the skins are optional and all this sort of shit, and oh, the game ain't that expensive. There were some of us that paid for this game when it first released. I think it was back in 2020, and it was a £50-60 game. So after paying a AAA price, after paying for the game altogether, they should not have this greedy shit in the game. And it's not necessarily so much about the old characters, it's the fact that they have a 3-outfit bundle that they have dropped into the game with the release of a new character. You get some shitty little outfit, and then if you want the MCU outfit, you've got to pay real money for it. And I appreciate the fact that this is free, but it doesn't fucking excuse it. So Miss Marvel, altogether, like, these are the credit prices for each character to purchase every single skin. Miss Marvel, $16,500. The Incredible Hulk, $17,100. Iron Man, $28,100. Thor, $23,700. The Mighty Thor or Jane Foster, $3,200. Captain America, $19.9k. Black Widow, $23,200. Black Panther, $10,500. Winter Soldier, $6,700 at fucking launch. Hawkeye, $16,500. And Kate Bishop, $9,600. So altogether, for every skin in the game, for all the characters, it's going to be 175,000 premium credits, or whatever you want to call them, and that is going to cost you £1,080. And that's just on skins alone, which I don't understand why. They probably got some backlash for it, and that's the only thing I can come up with. I don't actually know the proper reason for it, but it's cheaper than what it used to be. They've actually, I think, cut out about half the cost. But what you need to do to get all of the skins in the game is you need to buy 13 of the £80 bundles. You get 10,000 credits in there, you get a bonus 3,000. So that for the 13 times 13,000 credits is 169,000. And then on top of that, there's a £40 bundle, which is going to get you 5,000 credits plus a bonus 1,000. So the 169 plus the 6 is 175. It's going to cost you £1,080. But then added on top of that, emotes in this game will cost you up to 500 credits each. Nameplates will cost you up to 200 credits each. And takedowns, which are all epic rarity, they are going to cost you 600 credits each. So that is roughly £4 per legendary emote, £1.60 per nameplate, and £4.50 per fucking takedown. Because, you know, they need to sell everything in this game. They can't just sell skins, it has to be everything. This is the sort of monetization you see in a free-to-play game. And this sort of heavy predatory monetization has got me wondering if there's something like money laundering or something dodgy going on within this game. There aren't that many whales out there that will spend thousands on games, and I'm pretty sure there are nowhere near as many whales in a Marvel's Avengers game as what you would see in something like FIFA or Star Wars or something like that. I don't think Avengers would have that many whales involved. And for those of you not familiar with it, a whale is someone that will spend a shitload of money on a game. Or that's the definition of them for me anyway. So yeah, we have the costs of everything there. Winter Soldier launched with a store bundle, and it costs 2,200 credits for 3 outfits. Or you can pay an extra 1,067 credits, or use an extra 1,067 credits. And yeah, you get an extra 2 emotes, you get a takedown, and you get 3 nameplates chucked in that bundle. See, but with the bundle, in terms of the outfits, you get Winter Soldier, like the MCU one. Then you get a masked and an unmasked outfit. And the only difference in the entire fucking outfit is goggles on, goggles off. There are some games out there that would give you a button prompt to turn, like to take the goggles off or to put them on. Like in GTA 5, which is 9 years old, you can sit in a convertible and you can take the roof off and you can put it back on. It's unacceptable and unbelievable that they do shit like this. We're talking over 2 years after launch, we're talking after the diabolical player numbers. And if you don't want to buy that bundle, you want to buy the base outfit itself, it's going to be 1,400 credits. Which means if you purchase the bundle where you get the 3 outfits, it's going to cost you £16. If you don't want to spend that £16 and get 3, you can get 1 outfit, just the base one, and it's going to cost you £12. Because it's 1,400 credits. All you can do with that is spend £8 on 1,050 because you get a bonus 50, then you have to pick up 500. Either that or spend the extra £4, get 2,200 credits, and at that point you might as well just fucking buy the 3 skin, 3 outfit bundle. Oh, just to add, put the icing on the cake, yeah, they're still selling challenge cards for characters that are £8 each. That's how fucking shit this DLC is. Money, money, money. Money, 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 music box, music box, music box, destroy 30 things, destroy 30 things, Hive, music box, music box, music box, music box. I'm sick and tired of it. The DLC, I'm going to give it a rating. I don't normally rate anything, and I don't typically do reviews, but I sat there and played through the whole mission chain just to see what it was like, and yeah, I'm going to give this a 0 out of 10. This was so shit. On one last note before we wrap it up, Jarvis, go fuck yourself.